So power problems. So your example problem says you transform 950 joules of chemical energy into mechanical energy to push a sofa. If you took 5 seconds to move the sofa, what was your power? Well, power, the equation for power is right here. So power equals energy over time. It's a rate. Remember, a rate is anything that happens over time. So let's see here. Let's move this up here. So power equals energy over time. Well, time in this case is 5 seconds. The energy, 950 joules. So really, you just plug these two numbers in. So you put your 950 here, put your 5 seconds there. You get power equals 950 joules divided by 5 seconds. And if you put that in the calculator, 950 divided by 5, you get 190 watts. Now, if you were given another part of this, maybe you were given the 190 watts. Like 26 says, if a runner's power is 400 watts, as she runs, how much chemical energy does she convert into another form in 10 minutes? Well, if you switch the numbers around, we said her energy was 190 watts. Well, then P is 190. And if we said that 190 watts occurred over a time of 5 seconds, you'd have a different equation. Well, not really a different equation, but you have different numbers. You would have 190 equals E over 5 seconds. So now you got to do a little bit of algebra here. So let's see if we can shrink some of that down, move it up here. So what you have to do is multiply both sides here by 5. Okay, that makes that cancel out. Actually, you got seconds there as well. Okay, so now 190 times 5 should give you 950 joules. And you're left with this E here, so that's your energy. Now in the same way, if you knew your power was 190, and you knew your energy that was used was 950, that would make T your unknown. Okay, here your energy is unknown, and up here power was unknown. Okay. So here we have time that we don't know. So again, you're just plugging the numbers into the same equation. So power is 190 watts. Let's kind of move this over. So again, P equals energy over time. P is 190. E is 950. And T you don't know. Okay. Now, to work this out, we have to multiply both sides by T. Okay, so then we get 190 watts times T equals 950 joules. Then divide both sides by 190. Okay, this cancels out. You're left with T. And then T, if you take 950 divided by 190, you should get 5 seconds. So all of these problems are going to be done in a similar way. You're going to have to decide what you know out of these three, so it might be worthwhile for each one to say, to go ahead and write this down, figure out what the power is, figure out what the energy is, and figure out what the T is. So for 26, you're given 400 watts, which is your power. You're given time in minutes. Now you got to convert that to seconds, because watts this is a reading in seconds, so you don't want that in minutes. You got to multiply that 10 by 60. Okay, because you got 60 seconds in 1 minute. Makes minutes cancel out. Okay, so you need to actually convert that one. And then 1 horsepower is a unit equal to 750 watts. So you're given power again. You're given time. But you got to be careful here because you're given another horsepower number here as well. So you're given 150 horsepower engine. So you're going to have to figure out how many watts it is. 150 horsepower. You got to take 150 times your 746 here. Because 1 horsepower, you end up with a conversion like this, 746 watts. Sorry, per 1 HP. Got ahead of myself there. So you have 150 horsepower. That would make horsepower cancel out. So you have to take 150 times 746, and that will convert it to how many watts were actually transformed in that 10 seconds. Then you use that wattage for